So Trap is the latest M. Night Shyamalan movie, and I was super doped, hyped up to go see this movie, and it kind of let me down pretty bad. Trap is crap. That's sort of like the hashtag that I'm going with here, which is very unfortunate because I was very much looking forward to this movie. I really do like M. Night Shyamalan. Like I really enjoy M. Night Shyamalan movies, but lately over the past decade or so, he's really kind of been 50-50. You know, it's like you toss that coin, like boom, man. Because with Split and Glass, I was like, oh, is M. Night Shyamalan back? And then he did Knock at the Cabin, which I just thought was a phenomenal movie. And even though I skipped Old because it was just something that I wasn't really like, it didn't appeal to me. When I saw the trailer for Trap, I was super engaged because one, we haven't seen Josh Hartnett in like anything. Like this guy hasn't been like in anything. And I really like him as an actor and I want to see him in more stuff. So when you pair Josh Hartnett and M. Night Shyamalan and you're telling me this is a movie about a serial killer being trapped into a concert and nowhere to go, I was like, cool, I can't wait to see this movie. Like this has the recipe of being a phenomenal movie. And unfortunately, wet blanket, guys. Like it was just not good. Now, I'm gonna probably end up spoiling some things because in order to kind of deep dive in what I want to talk about, it's going to spoil certain elements of the movie. And if you haven't seen the movie already and you just kind of want to hear my non-spoiler thoughts, here's my non-spoiler thoughts. Went in with expectations, was completely let down. I thought the movie just kind of lingered on way past the runtime. Like this movie should not have been as long as it was. It should have ended like maybe 20 minutes sooner. And just overall, just a very depressing, boring movie. Like the movie wasn't depressing. The movie was so bad it made me depressed. That's what I mean by depressing. So yeah, went in not one of M. Night's best movies. And he's really become like a coin flip now. It's 50-50 whether I'm going to enjoy a movie that he made. So him paired up with Josh Hartnett didn't really do anything for me. It was really just a massive letdown. So if you want my non-spoiler thoughts, look, I don't recommend the movie. I just absolutely don't recommend the movie. It debuted at 15 million this past weekend. Don't know what the budget is. That might be good. That might be bad. Not entirely sure. Came in at the number 3 spot at the box office. Deadpool still knocking it out of the park. But just my non-spoiler thoughts. Just not a very good movie in my opinion. So now I want to kind of dive into some of the problems that I have. So if you want to stick around, I'm going to be putting some spoiler elements in this movie. So the basic premise of this movie is you have Josh Hartnett who plays a serial killer by the name of the Butcher because he basically butchers up his victims. And he's taking his daughter out to a concert. He's a family man. He's got a wife, 2 children. He's taking his daughter out to a concert. He lives 2 different lives, just like most serial killers you probably wouldn't even realize are serial killers. He's living 2 different lives. He's at a concert with his daughter. The FBI and the police got a tip that he's going to be attending this concert. So there's just like the SWAT teams like covering all exits. They're checking everything and he's trapped inside. And the whole premise of the movie is how is he going to escape without getting caught? And that's sort of the intriguing part. The problem that I have with this movie, and the movie should really be called Escape, not Trap, because I was in it for the whole concert portion of the movie because I was like, oh, how's this going to go? Is he going to get caught or is he going to find some crazy way that we didn't see coming and escape? This is an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Is there going to be a twist? And the twist of the movie is that there is no twist. That's the twist of the movie. There is no twist. Like this is like the most straightforward M. Night Shyamalan movie I have ever seen. If there's a twist that I didn't catch, someone please tell me what the twist is. Because if the twist is, oh, he's living a dual life, that's not a twist. That's pretty common in most serial killers, you know? So That wasn't a twist to me. The movie is pretty straightforward, and I was in it for the whole concert part of the movie. But when we get to the end of the concert, and he's actually making his rounds to escape, that's when the movie just gets flat out ridiculous, just absolutely ridiculous. Because there's like 105 different times that the police could have caught this guy, and they just don't. Like it's like straight incompetence. And not only is it straight incompetence, but there's stuff in here that logically does not make sense. There is a scene where, again, we're getting into spoiler territory now, where the guy has the main performer who's putting on the concert. Like, she's in on the whole trap scenario, and she thinks she has him dead to right. She's in the limo with him. They're trapped, and they pull over, and they're surrounded by paparazzi and fan and police and everything. She gets out of the limo and just leaves, and they have the whole limo surrounded. There is literally no way for this guy to escape. And what do? The camera just pans off, and then you look back, and he's gone. And then you see him walking up the road, all covered up, boned up in like a jacket or something. And there is no logical way that he could escape that scenario without being caught. If he would have went out one door, he would have got stopped by the paparazzi and fans. If he would have went the other door, he would have got stopped by the police. There was no way he could have made it out of that scenario without being seen. It's impossible. It was like M. Night Shyamalan was stuck. Like, how we're going to get him out of this situation? Oh, we're just going to move the camera and then pan back, and that's how it happened. And that happens multiple times in this movie. Like, there was a scene where the FBI and the feds surround his house. How's he get out of it? Oh, he just happens in the pantry to have a secret door that goes all the way underground to the neighbor's house across the street. You know, like, he just happened to have that, and then again he just kind of escapes. And again, and that was like a scenario that was going through this movie multiple times. Well, the movie wasn't called Trap; it was called Escape, because he just kept escaping. But it wasn't like a movie that put a lot of thought, like okay, how can we make this to where it seems like he's a genius, like he keeps getting out of these sticky situations, but it wasn't like that. You know, because the way he escaped just didn't make any sense. It just didn't make any sense. You know, like, there was a time where he goes up to the woman who running the concert, the pop artist, and he's like, "Hey, look, you got me. I'm the killer. You know, you got me. Haha. This is what we're going to do. We're going to walk out to my car, and you can pretend everything's all right. Otherwise, I'm going to kill this guy." Right? And it's just like, what? Scream. Do something. You're surrounded by people. Say something, you know? And then they go on their way, and then she steals, like, they go to his house for some reason, and then, like, it's just so weird. Everything after the concert, the movie just falls apart. I was in it for the intriguing part of the movie. I'm like, oh man, he's trapped in this thing. Like, I want to see what's gonna happen. Right? Like, is it a twist? Like, and then even after that part, I kept thinking there's gotta be a twist. Like, when we meet his wife and son, I'm like, well, maybe the twist is the wife is the killer and he's covering up for her. No, it's so weird. It's so weird. The movie just completely loses focus after the concert. And it starts to become like a Coyote Roadrunner situation, the old Looney Tune commercials, where that coyote keep trying to hunt that Roadrunner, and that Roadrunner keeps getting out of each scenario, you know, and it's like crazy. You remember how, like, the Roadrunner, like, the coyote would paint like a tunnel on a giant rock, expecting the Roadrunner to run through it and just smack head first into the rock? It's sort of like that, right? You expect Josh Hartnett just to run into this rock, and somehow he finds a way to mysteriously leave and get unnoticed and everything. And even at the end, when they catch him, he pulls out like this stupid thing off of a bike tire that manages to help him escape, get out of the handcuff. Okay, so even if you manage to get out of the handcuff, you are still in a locked armored car door. Like it's ridiculous. You are in an armored transport vehicle surrounded by cops. How are you going to get away? It's impossible, right? Like I really just kind of like threw my hands up at the limo scenario, because it just kept happening over and over for 20 minutes straight. This dude just kept getting out of one scenario, out of another, and it wasn't written for him to get out of the scenario. They just didn't show it on the camera. So that, like, M. Night, it was bad directing and bad film. Well, it wasn't bad filmography, because the photographer who's filming the movie is just filming what M. Night told him to film. But it's just bad directing and bad writing. Whereas, like, oh, we don't know how he's going to escape this scenario. Hey, we're just not going to show it, and we're just going to pan back when he's already escaped, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. It was so much better when they were inside the concert and he would do stuff like push a girl downstairs, or like turn up the oil so it would blow up and like cause a scene to distract things. It was so much better when he was doing like little things that were kind of smart to cause chaos to help him escape. But once he got into the limo, and when he started, taking the pop artist home with him, it just started getting ridiculous. And it's just like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, doesn't make any sense. Like the one pop star, she's like live streaming on Instagram. Hey guys, the killer's over here. He's got me. Can someone help me find this guy? Blah 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 blah. And it's not good, guys. It's not good. The movie was a massive letdown, right? And it's just one of those movies where, I didn't have high hopes for the movie. I just wanted to go to a nice matinee with my wife and go see an M. Night Shyamalan movie. The last movie we saw together was Knock at the Cabin, which was in my top 3 favorite movies of that year. Just a phenomenal movie, phenomenally acted. And it was like, hey, man, I'm down for another M. Night movie, And then we get this, and it wasn't that the twist didn't work. It's just that the twist is the movie wasn't good. That's the twist. The movie wasn't good. And maybe it's on me for going in with high expectations, but once we got past that concert, the movie just really lost focus on what it was. It really became a cartoon, a live action cartoon. And it was just absolutely laughable. It wasn't scary. It wasn't suspenseful. It didn't make me feel anything other than, I want to hurry up and go so I can go pee and head home and forget this movie ever happened. So I did not like Trap. I thought Trap was crap. It should have been titled Escape. Glad to see Josh Hartnett back in something. Unfortunately, it's sad that was in this movie and not something a little bit better. M. Night, you let me down. Hopefully your next movie will turn it around. And I don't know, I might not even go see your next movie. I'll just wait for VOD, and who knows, man? Who knows? Give me another Split, man. I'm really looking forward to the new James McAvoy movie. I believe it's called Hear No Evil. Because James McAvoy looks like he plays an awesome, like, psychopath in that movie. I'm super excited for that one. Not M. Night directed, though. Not M. Night. M. Night has nothing to do with it. But yeah, Trap definitely let me down. But have you guys seen it? Are you looking to go watch this? I know I have a friend that's gonna go check a matinee out on $5 Tuesday. That's, if you are interested, I do recommend that. If you are someone's like, well, I want to go see it for myself, go watch a cheap matinee, because that's about all it's worth. But that's just my thoughts on it, guys. Be sure to smash that like and subscribe button. Leave your comments in the comment box below. And until next time, as always, I am Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.